taking a little bit of a rest over the last week or so. I posted more videos on my channel through November to February that I can't even remember half of the videos that I even made. That sounds really bad, but genuinely I've made so many that I can't really think about each individual one anymore. And I was just super tired. I've been doing so much in the last 4 months that I really did just need to sort of sit back and relax a little bit. And so in taking that rest, I turned to Bad Company 2. I didn't want to play something serious like Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4, which I found really hard to go back to since playing the Hardline beta, by the way. So I turned to Bad Company 2. I've played this game more in the last 6 months than I have at any other point. Actually, no, that's not true. I racked up 1,200 hours of Bad Company 2 on the PS3, but since I've moved to PC, yes, I've played more than I have in the past, and I think it's like 65 hours on the game now. And that's a pretty large amount of time, considering the game is now 5 years old. That's right, Bad Company 2 was released in North America 5 years ago. It was officially released on March the 2nd, so it's nearly 5 years, but near as makes no difference. And just look how far the franchise has come. Not to mention the franchise growth. I think it's amazing that this game is still being played by a fair number of people, actually. Steam shows statistics that around 3,000 people consistently play this game. And of course that is an average, it goes up and down depending on what time of day it is, but that number rises significantly during a Steam sale, where you can pick up the game for like £5, and people who have the game realise that servers are full, and they end up jumping on the game. I'm not able to give you any console figures, but if I was going to take a guess, I would probably say that number is very low right now. I mean, it was only ever released for what is now the last generation of consoles, the PS3 and the Xbox 360, so I would really be surprised if the numbers on console got anywhere near the PC level now. But what can we say about this truly wonderful game, and one that started a fire in many hearts of seasoned Battlefield players? It is its 5th birthday after all, so let's look at some of the things that this game did really well. Number 1, destruction. Arguably the pinnacle of the franchise for destruction this game was. The Frostbite 1.5 engine improved on the massive scale of destruction that the original Bad Company game offered, but it refined the experience a little bit. You could still level all the buildings on all the different maps that were available. Like, Oasis was one of my favourite ones to play on, which was actually a remake of an original Bad Company map. But the way that things got destroyed seemed to be a lot more ordered and logical. The way the walls broke, and that sort of reduced the structure down to what you'd actually expect a building to look like if it was taken down by an M320 grenade launcher. Plus, things like creating foxholes. You couldn't go down so far in the hole anymore that you couldn't get out of it if you made a massive foxhole. That was a big thing in Bad Company. You could make the foxhole so deep that you couldn't actually get your soldier back out of it again. Number 2, ambience. And by this, I mean like the environment, the characters, the audio, the whole shebang. Nothing really felt out of place in Bad Company 2. The callouts from the soldiers in multiplayer felt like they were tied to the action really well. Nothing felt forced or shoehorned in. For example, there wasn't such a reliance on vehicles in the game, it just wasn't as heavy as past titles, but to satisfy veterans of the series, when you did get your hands on a vehicle, you could quite easily help your team advance forward. It's not like they made the vehicles underpowered, they were still just as effective as they ever were. For me, a personal favourite was like the comical looking ghillie suits that you had on the recon players. And to be honest, it didn't really fit with the more relaxed attitude of the game, but that kind of, where it didn't fit, made it fit. Because it was so relaxed and a little bit comical, you didn't expect this hardcore Wookiee to be there, but because of that reason, because you didn't expect it, it kind of made it fit because it was cool and it was a little bit funny. I don't know, it's just for me, it was one of those things that kind of made Bad Company 2 stick in my head. It's just always been one of those things like, yeah, you go back to Bad Company 2, yes, I can stick the ghillie suit on. You can't get that in any sort of game that's come after Bad Company 2. Number 3, Rush. Oh my god, if they ever released Arica Harbour for Battlefield 4, I'd be like the happiest guy in the world. But then again, it might ruin the essence of the map because Battlefield 4 is like so vastly different to to BF2. I take it back. Don't do that, DICE, please. But the map, though, the way the map flowed from sandy desert for the first 2 MCOMs down into the town to the foot of the bridge and then on into the harbour, the gameplay was just seamless. Not just that map, though, but maps like Heavy Rain and Atacama Desert that were geared more towards conquest. I just really liked the way that maps were tailored to specific game modes in that game. There was no sort of reliance that every single map had to work for every single game mode. And it just ultimately felt like the maps were better made because the game modes that you wanted to play worked on those maps. Visceral has kind of done that with Hardline actually, where Hotwire, being one of the vehicle-focused game modes in the game, is limited to only 5 of the largest maps within Hardline. I think that's quite a good move actually. However, I can't just be lovely and nostalgic about this game though. Having played 65 hours over the last 6 months, which doesn't sound like a huge amount, but you do start to remember some of the things that did gripe on you a little bit when this was the main game of the series. Simple things like, on PC, as the game was like a complete console port, like, completely, you couldn't strafe while standing, so you couldn't push your forward button and your side button and go diagonally with your player. You had to either go sideways or forwards. You couldn't do that while you were standing, but you could do it while you were crouched. And whoever overlooked that needs a smack round the head. And the fact that it never got fixed either, why? It seems like such an easy fix. But having said that, it probably isn't the easiest fix in the world, otherwise surely they would have done it. The M95 was basically one hit kill. It was a 50 cal sniper rifle after all, but it wasn't balanced very well. Same as the Neosted shotgun. And if there was ever any evidence that needed to be produced to show somebody that shotguns just can't be balanced in first-person shooters, then this gun and Bad Company 2 is a prime example. There was basically no attempt made to balance that shotgun. You could fire from across the map, and if you aim properly at somebody's head, you get a kill with the shotgun from like 300 meters away. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Everything has its quirks though, and everything has its pitfalls. But also, everything is designed, sometimes it's cleverly disguised, but it is designed to be good at something too. Bad Company 2 was by no means perfect, and if I'm honest here, if this game released in 2015, like right now, this game would probably not do very well. But you know what, that's what makes Bad Company 2 so special. It had all these issues, but the game was fun. It was logical and consistent. There was, as Story Machine might put it, bullshittery in this game, but it was good bullshittery, and none of it really mattered, because they were, essentially, small issues, not the big ones that we see plaguing our franchise today. So, join me in wishing Bad Company 2 a happy 5th birthday. Thank you very much for watching today. Leave me a rating and a comment if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to head over to g2a.com/r/Westie for cheap deals on the latest games. But until next time, my name is Westie, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.